Most of the runners are after the gold, others are winning like this.
What a tremendous show of sportsmanship.
After Utah Jazz player Donovan Mitchell collapsed on the floor, one of his opponents came to congratulate him for the good game.
Mitchell. And the respect.
Just watch how this player reacts as soon as she hits her opponent in the face.
Oh my goodness!
Well, a six-pack endured by Kim Yon-kung. It's
Italian and Qatari high jumpers at a tied score. The judge gave them an option. They could either repeat the jump or they could share the gold. Guess which one they chose? It's my 21st birthday and all I want is away from number 13, read this girl's poster. As soon as number 13 saw her, she received something more than just a kiss. During this female kabaddi match, the hijab from one of the girls came undone. Both her teammates and her opponents huddled around her so she could get it set up. Neymar stopped in the middle of the game, took off his shoes and gave them to one of his biggest fans. While his girlfriend rushed onto the racetrack to see if her boyfriend was okay, he reached into his pocket, pulled out a ring and proposed to her in front of thousands of people. She needed some time to realize what was happening. To raise awareness for people with physical disabilities, Novak experienced what some of his fans have to go through on a daily basis. A high school basketball team wanted one of their players with a disability to score. As they kept passing, he kept missing until this fateful shot. Then, at one moment, a player from the opposing team passed him the ball and by sheer luck the ball went in. For this selfless gesture, the student was given a scholarship to Texas Tech. This is what a true fan does when they receive a souvenir from their favorite player. This kid couldn't stop crying. Neymar dedicated one of his shots to Kobe Bryant soon after the horrific accident that took his life. He walked over to the camera and signaled his jersey number with his hands. This wrestler's tears broke her opponent's heart. She's just lost the match and someone informed her that her mother had just passed away. As everyone was trying to hold back tears, she looked up at the sky and said, "I'm sorry, Mom." This little kid's favourite soccer player is Lionel Messi. Because his parents couldn't afford to buy him a real jersey, he made one from a plastic bag. The video of him playing soccer found its way to Messi. Immediately after seeing the video, Lionel Messi sent him signed jerseys and a soccer ball. They even invited him on the field during a match. Cristiano Ronaldo saw that one of his opponents was injured and he immediately rushed to help the guy get off the field. Even though they are sworn enemies in the ring, when it comes to their private lives, Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather still shake hands and respect each other. It's so nice to see they leave the fight in the ring. They might have been rivals in the tennis court, but Dimitrov knew what it's like to injure an ankle. So when Edmund fell in agonizing pain, he jumped the net and rushed over to help him. LeBron James may be a busy millionaire basketball player, but he's never too busy for his fans. One of the runners nearly collapsed on the track. However, seeing that it was their last lap, this runner didn't care about the win. He wanted to show what sports are truly about. And how can we forget the time Usain Bolt and Andre DeGrasse smiled at each other as they were finishing the race? This little kid in the audience can handle the ball just as well as Steph Curry. We didn't know how he did it, but even Steph Curry had to bow down to the king and give him a new pair of sneakers. After the fight with Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez was clearly upset and sad that he lost for the first time in his entire fighting career. Mayweather saw this and came to congratulate him and his team for putting up a valiant fight.
Canelo got everything it takes to be a legend in the sport.
Watch Williams smash that guy's face just like you should smash that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, this was a funny yet heartwarming moment.
Come on, champ. You got one more round to go.
The entire stadium's attention was focused on this little kitty cat. He was dangling from an overhang. Luckily, before slipping and falling, a group of guys below formed a trampoline with the US flag and caught it. The Hard Rock Stadium later tweeted that the cat was fine. Seeing that his opponent could no longer fight nor walk, this player took him over his shoulder and carried him to the medics. One of the professional ice skaters from Canada got off his podium and held the Japanese flag for the first place winner in the competition, so he could honour his country. Despite the referee telling this player to keep on fighting, he refused to say that his opponent had already been passed out. When one of the runners was having trouble with adjusting the number tag, she asked one of her opponents from Turkey to help her. She gladly helped. This kid laying on the ground is physically disabled, but his dream was to become a wrestler, and one of the kids in the school took him up on the challenge. Nobody cared about the win that day. Seeing that giant smile on the little kid's face was more than enough. We told you LeBron James is never busy for his fans. This time he not only got a fist bump, but also wound up with LeBron James's shoes. Here's a rider that stopped in the middle of the track when his motorcycle broke down. Instead of going home, he hitchhiked. Apparently, that's allowed in racing. If Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather could do it, why couldn't the two greatest football players of all time? Lionel Messi and Ronaldo are really good friends outside the court and respect each other's efforts. We don't know what this kid said to Usain Bolt, but it earned him a Bolt cap. That's like the Flash giving you his suit. This little kid ran past security and got hold of his favourite soccer player, Kylian Mbappe. Instead of chasing him off the court, Kylian personally escorted him off the court and signed his book. Despite their 15 years of rivalry on the court, Cristiano and Messi are still good friends. However, they've never had dinner together.
We not had the dinner together yet, but I hope in the future.
One of the saddest moments in Olympic history was when Great Britain's Derek Redmond got an injury in the middle of the race. The 400-metre runner suffered from a torn hamstring and he could barely walk. Near the finish line, his dad rushed from the stalls and helped his son cross the finish. If you look at this fighting match, who would you say is the clear winner? We know who we're rooting for, but we really like the fact that the professional fighter still challenged him. NASCAR driver Mike Jones crashed his car on the track, and before he could get out, the entire car was in flames. In a matter of seconds, his dad jumps over the barricades, hurls himself into the fire, and pulls his son out of the window of the burning car. Now that's what you call fatherly love. This is how players from PSG sent David Beckham off during one of his last games. Beckham was moved to tears by their heartwarming goodbyes. Jonathan Brownlee could be seen losing control of his legs in the World Series finale. The Briton was exhausted and he thought of giving up the Triathlon World Series in Mexico. At that very moment, his brother Alistair jumped up from behind him, caught him under the arm, and the two brothers were headed towards the finish line. The whole crowd cheered them on as they were about to cross. Just as they got near, Alistair pushed his brother in front of him and let him take second place. They didn't win the race, but these two brothers won the hearts of every man, woman and child who saw them. The lady you see before you is a psychiatrist in New York. Her name is Chandler Self, and she has taken up the Dallas Marathon. But just before the end, her legs started to give out. That's when Ariana Luterman, a high scholar, helped Chandler cross the finish line and finish the marathon in under 2 hours and 54 minutes. Football player David Nelson scored a touchdown and immediately ran to his cheerleader girlfriend and gave her a hug. By the look on her face, we'd say he more than made her day. We've all seen the cameraman who knocked over Usain Bolt with the electric scooter, but did you see what happened afterwards? Not only did the guy apologize hundreds of times, but he gave Bolt a red bracelet, which is considered to be a good luck charm in Chinese culture. The fastest man alive accepted the gift along with the apologies, and even joked that he's starting a rumor that the cameraman was being paid by Justin Gatlin to sabotage his career.
The rumor I'm trying to start right now is that Justin Gatlin paid him off, so That's what I'm going with, but I'm all right, so it's all good.
I want my money back. He didn't complete the job.
Thanks for watching, guys.